Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for August 2022. And just a quick reminder, if you are ever interested in getting a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what is going on when it comes to your month of August? Well, we'll start with the sun, bringing special focus and highlights, attention, enhancement, and support to your ninth house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, culture, your reach, and your spiritual path and practice, Leo, through the 22nd of the month. And this is a month where the world is wide open to you Sagittarius people. This is a time where you're going to find that you are being incentivized in all spaces of your life to not only broaden your horizons, but to meet a lot of exotic new opportunities that are showing up at work, that are showing up in love, that are showing up with friends, that are really expanding your awareness of just how insane and, and multiversal everything is. The reason that this is so important is because the sun in the ninth house works as a bit of an illuminator. We're also getting a chance to see paths untaken for what they could really be, whether these are career paths or maybe these are living situation paths. Some of you maybe taking this energy and getting on the road. It's a very powerful jet set kind of experience, especially if you have been looking to maybe clear up or clear away any kind of limitations that have been imposed on you, things that have been keeping you stuck in one spot or stuck in a bubble. If there's something that you want to monetize or promote, get awareness of, you are getting that attention from the entire planet. And you're also getting a chance to speed up your own growth and your own development in an area of either your academic life, your spiritual life, or your professional life that is going to set you apart from the crowd and also yield you big rewards for stepping apart from the crowd. And so pay attention to where you are being asked to let yourself be seen. So if you're going to be seen, you got to get out there so you can be discovered. When it comes to the transition of the sun into Virgo, for the duration of the month, the theme carries on. And from the 22nd of August through about week 3 of September, the sun is in your 10th house of career, upward mobility, growth, promotions, status, and anything relating to your power of authority in order to create change or make your mark on the world. With the sun in the 10th house, you are getting more value back from your workspace, from everybody that you serve, that you lead, from your career. And a lot of you are going to find that promotional opportunities or maybe profitable transfers or any kind of advantageous linear moves, which still look like they're going to be yielding you more money, are going to be plentiful here. With the sun in the 10th house, this is a time where we not only get the feeling of being quite large and in charge, but we become a part of the atmospheric and environmental transformation that is going on in our entire field or in our entire career or in our entire office. We are becoming a leader unofficially or maybe officially for many of you, and that is a profile, if you want it, that can stick. This is also a time where you are setting a whole new normal when it comes to maybe your take home, your salary, your benefits, any kind of incentives that you're working with right now. It's setting you up for a very wealthy way to be for the rest of the year. We've got Mars, the planet of action, passion, energy, that obstacle clearing driving force in your 6th house of work, your reputation, your schedule, anything to do with the teams that you're on, the clients and customers you serve, and the services you provide through the 19th of the month. And with Mars in the 6th house, this is a time of tremendous growth through competitive activity. Mars in the 6th house puts us in a space where we need to be ready to throw our weight around and we need to be ready to compete so that we can be noticed. This is also a time where you're going to find that a lot of competitive opportunities are going to be popping up for you to show not only strut your stuff, but maybe even make some constructive transformations or do some constructive challenging, constructive demolition work in your workspace or in the way you are received by the general public. Mars is going to be bringing you even more money here because Mars, as I often say with Mars, in an income area such as houses 2, 6, or 10, in this case for you 6, we do end up being put in a position to make some serious overtime. It may even be mandatory for some of you. Keep in mind, though, that with Mars in the 6th house, we do need to make sure that we are competing in a way that is sporting and not overly aggressive or getting personal. And if you are dealing with people that do not know how to keep their emotions in check, right? They just take that shit straight to work with them and everywhere they go. Those are not people to compete with. Those are people to shut down, work with the people that can work with you, and compete with the people that can compete with you well. After the 19th, we've got Mars going on into Gemini, your 7th house of partnerships. That's your closest one-on-one connections, boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one involvements with. And Mars is going hard at work at the end of this month and even on into September to eliminate obstacles that are standing between a lot of these close one-on-one involvements from attaining goals that they have already been striving for. Whether this is something we're trying to do for our marriage, it's something that we're trying to do for a friend, it's something we're trying to do in a business alliance. Mars is not only showing us where the walls, the containers, and the obstructions are, but also getting to work at exploiting cracks in those walls so we can break everything down and move forward, finally attain what we've been driving for. Mars will also, however, be doing this when it comes to barriers to trust, barriers to intimacy, any kind of old problems that may actually have come up between you and a partner, or you and a best friend, or you and a business partner, and so on, because we just don't want to carry on with this stuff between us. This can create what I sometimes call constructive collisions. So we do need to know how to fight well and fight constructively. But at the end of the day, we're fighting as though we are building anew. We have Venus, the planet of love, favor, popularity, and affection in Cancer through the 10th of the month. This is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and self-employment earnings. With Venus in the 8th house, this is going to be a month where a lot of you are getting a chance to explore some deeply personal, erotic, or sensual fantasies that maybe put you in a position where you're not necessarily sure how you would go about achieving them, or how you would. We have Venus in Cancer through the 10th of the month. This is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and your self-employment earnings. And with Venus here, this is going to be a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to do some serious fantasy fulfillment, especially when it comes to certain, let's just say, intimate or erotic adventures you would like to go on with a partner, or for those of you who are single and available, somebody new. Because Venus in the 8th house is all about indulgence. It's all about giving ourselves a chance to be free, to be vulnerable, to also be experimental. And this is going to create a different kind of spice for your love life. This is also very, very positive in the realm of money, because Venus is also bringing in more money through income avenues that you have outside of a salary or hourly income. Now, this could be something going on in a self-employment venture. So those of you who are self-employed, enjoy some much bigger sales in the first half of the month. Or this could be through sales, commissions, tips, incentive programs, all of that good stuff as well. And it's going to create a much more comfortable space for you to be financially going through this month. I mean, you're already making a ton of money as it is, but hey, why not more? After the 10th, we've got Venus entering Leo, that 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your spiritual path and practice. And with Venus in the ninth house, this is a time where you may be noticing that the exotic and the foreign is really tantalizing. And not only tantalizing, but offering you a lot of goodies. This is a time in love, for instance. A lot of you may find that love is coming to you from a space or a culture or a world that is very foreign to you. So there is that sort of exotic excitement to it. You and a partner may also be finding that this is a time where you wish to get out of the bubble this relationship has been, break the mold, break a routine, and maybe expose yourselves to some exotic new adventures, whether this involves travel or anything where we are trying to just bring a bit more of that new, that novelty into our space. You may be finding that partners are going through a bit of a spiritual evolution or spiritual awakening themselves. And I would be remiss if I didn't also mention that Venus in the ninth house is one of the big 15 minutes of fame transits. And a lot of you may be finding that anything that you're trying to bring awareness to, or you're trying to market, or anything that you would hope to get discovered or possibly go viral in some way will have its chance. Not just this month, but also going into September. We have Mercury, the planet of communications, speed and productivity in Virgo pretty much entirely, through the entire month, And this is that 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, promotions, and all that good stuff. And with Mercury here, we are speeding up your growth and speeding up the rate with which you climb in your career, climbing a status, stepping into promotional opportunities. Mercury is all about closing the gap between you and your next level up or your next big jump. Maybe it's something that comes that's unprecedented, right? Maybe it's a promotion opportunity comes early, or we get a chance to make an advantageous transfer early. We're speeding up the rate with which we are also changing our profile to something a bit more of an MVP status when it comes to our field or our market or our office. And you're getting a chance to also be in more consistent communication and develop an even stronger rapport with those you recognize as authority figures in your professional world. So take full advantage of this opportunity because it's here for you. Finally, to close up, I'm going to talk about our lunations of the month. We always talk about the full moon and the new moon at the end. And so for our full moon of the month, we've got a full moon in Aquarius on August 11th. And this is your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, anything relating to third parties, helpful third parties in your life, and contracts in your peer group. With a full moon in this part of your chart, there's going to be an opportunity in the 2 weeks following the 11th, so roughly the 11th through the 26th, 27th of August, depending on where you live in the world, it's an overnight thing, for you to break free of a contract or a commitment or a covenant you no longer wish to be a part of. If you are looking to cut a chain or a tie, if you're looking to get out of a lease, if you're looking to get out of a payment plan or a contract, this is going to be the 2-week window period where all available options are going to present and they will work. This is also a time where a lot of you may be, with a full moon here, making a big transition in terms of your peer group, or maybe even stepping away from a certain network you've been a part of in favor of something superior. You may bring, of course, your best and brightest with you, but you are getting ready to move on. We have a new moon in Virgo in your 10th house of career and upward mobility on the 27th. And this is opening up a 2-week window period between the 27th of August and roughly the 9th, 10th of September for a big promotion or a new role that you can seize that will be a promotion. This could be something that's happening at your current place of employment or possibly at a new one. A new moon in the 10th house can kind of go either way, internal or external. So make sure, of course, you're doing your own research on your own life. Always. Anyway, with this new moon, what we see is an opportunity to jump up a status very, very quickly, because this new moon is a new commitment of some kind, right? It's all about seed planting, new beginnings, and initiations. And this could even be changing the professional or the career path or lane that you have been on for years into something that is much more compatible with who you are and also gives you better compensation and a better reward than if you stayed in the lane that you've been in, right? We always need to know when to change lanes, and changing gears is not the same thing as changing lanes. And this might be an opportunity for a lane shift. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.